For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I'm a 26-year-old piece of gold on the side of the microphone and the greatest sports recreational podcaster in the world today. And, of course, I am joined by my tag team partner, the Jimmy to my J, the Teller to my Arm, the Stevie Ray to my Booker T. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Curveballs and Chair Shots and a 15-time Bulletcast podcast champion, the Canadian Destroyer, BT, Brandon Tan Guma. Brandon, it's Wednesday/Thursday. You know what that means. How you doing tonight, baby?
I'm doing fantastic. We got another edition of the Bulletcast. Not as crazy as it was last week, but we still got a great episode. And
yes,
we got some new blood in town.
We do. New Blood Rising. Actually, you know what? That's the name of this one. New Blood Rising. Put it on the script. Put it on the script.
See, that's how easy it is. People might freak out that they don't know how we come up with these names, and that's how we do it. Definitely wasn't talked about before the podcast.
Absolutely. We don't do that, brother. We call it on the fly, brother. Call it on the fly. Ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest who honestly might get a permanent spot. It's very likely on the BC. Katie, a.k.a. Poison Scarlet. Clap it up. Let's clap it up.
Hey, everybody.
There we go. Katie, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Really looking forward to this.
Absolutely. So, yeah, Katie and I, we met at UGWA. Shout out UGWA. Shout out Slash. A fan that is coming to the fold now. You worked the merch table Sunday, right? Or kind of, sort of.
Kind of.
But you're a part of the crew. You got invited back to the UGWA house.
Exactly. It's news to me, but I'm happy to be part of the crew.
Absolutely. There we go. So, Katie, tell us a little bit about yourself and your fandom of sports entertainment.
Well,
or pro wrestling.
It's the same shit.
I got into pro wrestling when I was like 6 years old, started watching the Attitude Era, WWE. I was all about Stone Cold and China and Sable and Kane and The Undertaker. I met a bunch of the wrestlers at the old H&H Cards and Collectibles in Fremont and just fell in love with it and always kind of thought, I kind of want to do that someday, but obviously I'm not. But I'm also, I kind of fell out of it. And then in 2020 during the pandemic, I just decided to watch WrestleMania because they were like, hey, it's going to be 2 nights. And it was fun despite everything going on, and it just kind of ignited that spark in me again. And this year I started going to local indie shows, and now I'm obsessed.
You love to hear it. Brandon, we already know about you.
Yeah, I'm just the old dog just hanging on
by a thread. So yeah, we didn't talk about the Nick Xander interview last week when it dropped. Brandon, did you actually watch this yet? No.
Great interview, Phillip. You did a great job. I was at Juicy's, big kickback.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I tried.
Oh,
I had to go in there first.
Bro, you had 2 weeks to watch this.
Phillip, hold on. It was a busy day today.
What
I got it. It's
today?
still in the queue. I still got, I got both the interviews saved up, ready.
You didn't even listen to the Hunter Freeman one?
Well, Phillip, it's been a little bit of a time, Jules' check engine light came on. I started freaking out.
Honestly,
though, it's a whole
stop
thing.
yourself.
Excuses.
I might get rid of both you and Brian. Like I'm just gonna get rid of both of you. Like, Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna start listening to it right now.
Stop yourself. Absolutely stop yourself. I didn't ask you to listen to it, Katie. I didn't expect you to.
No.
Yeah. Nick Xander, great interview. Talks about going from Detroit to Vegas. His uncle not believing in him. He talks about winning the San Jose Championship for the Underground. Love it. And Future Stars of Wrestling. Hunter Freeman, great interview. The audio did cut out of around the 10-minute mark because technical difficulties. But we worked with it. Hunter's a great interview.
He talked about why he loves death matches.
Okay, don't just read
and why he enjoys being a coach at Level Up Pro and more.
Okay, what does he like to cook? What's he like to cook?
He's a big pasta guy,
Nope.
even though he got to lay off the carbs, but
I'll give you two more guesses.
can I get a hint?
Nope.
Okay, no hint. He loves to cook a nice steak.
Nope.
He likes to cook a nice grilled cheese.
Wings.
Dang it. I got a good TikTok wing recipe I've been saving.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
I might let him, give him the secret.
Hunter Freeman talks about, growing up in Georgia, military, getting stationed in San Diego, death matches. We did talk about wings. We talked about pizza. It was a good one. Love Hunter. He's a good brother. Crazy because that four-way fade he was in at Juicy's Kickback when the lights went out. It was just madness. Love it. Go check him out. Now the big
incredible show.
It was great. It was fantastic. Shout out to Juicy and the boys, man. They did it. We're gonna talk about Juicy because my dog's on a PWI 500 for the first time. Yes, sir. He number 381, I believe. Let's talk about the PWI 500. Brandon, roll off the top 10 from 10 to 1. From 10 to 1.
Okay, you don't want the full 500 list. It's okay. So, for clarification, the PWI evaluation period is from July 1st, 2021 to July 30th, 2022. It is mainly a kayfabe list as they check in with ring achievement and influence, but also technical ability and competition. I have the little thingy right here in front of me. So, the top 10 is former ROH champion Jonathan Gresham. Number 9, Big E. Number 8, El Hijo del it cut off is it not Vikingo, is it? Who's number 9? Is it just El Hijo del? Because I don't think that doesn't sound like a name to me. But anyways, number 7, my boy Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan. Number 6, Cody Roadster, American Roller Coaster. Number 5, Bobby Lashley. Number 4, Hangman Adam Page, that dumb, empty-headed you-know-what. Number 3, the old beat-down old man, CM Punk. Number 2, Kazuchika Okada. And number 1, the one, throw the ones up and all that other good fun stuff. The head of the table, the big dog, Roman Reigns.
Yes, sir. The one, the tribal chief. Come on, man.
The head of the table.
There you see? Yes. You know what? Next time I go have dinner with Roman, you coming, Katie? Man, yes.
I would be honored. Jesus,
man. Oh, you love it. You love to see it. Roman was on Impulsive, the Logan Paul podcast. I watched a little bit of it. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It was fun to see Roman, in an environment like that, when he's not all acknowledge me, but he is like all the time though. So Katie, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on this year's top 10?
I think it's a pretty standard list. All of the top 10 are relatively notable names. Everyone's pretty big. I'm particularly excited about Big E. He's been someone that I've just loved from the get-go once I started watching again. And I'm really excited about it. I love Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is such a beast. And his current his current journey as the United States champion is just phenomenal.
I guess the third time really is the charm. Love it. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's the PWI 500. I don't put too much stock into it. You check on Twitter, there might be some people that are angled. Jon Moxley was the notable exclusion. He was at 12. I believe some people were a little mad about that, but I mean, I don't get too caught up in it really. Like Roman obviously should have been number 1, and I was right. Number 8 was El Hijo del Vikingo, big AAA guy right here. But yeah, everybody else makes sense. Maybe people were a little angry that CM Punk shot all the way up to 3, but I mean, this was his first full year back in, and he won most of his matches, drew a lot of money. Obviously, it kind of crashed and burned there at the end, but we're not talking about that because that was outside the grading period. So I got nothing big to say about this.
That was outside the grading period. It's a good list, man. It's a good list. Let me just go.
I mean, Big E. What did exactly? Because everything just runs together. When did Big E win the championship? And
he won it September. He won it like this week, like a year ago this week.
Okay, so the championship run is inside this, and okay.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, man. The homie Jacob fought too. You know, he's 42. Like I said, Juicy is 381. Solo made it. He's 401. We're gonna talk a lot about Solo Sikoa today. I'm excited. I'm excited. He could have been on curveballs and cherry shots, but they don't know what they're doing over there.
They don't. I mean, they
you need me to
just
come
say
over
like,
there?
oh, this Samoan guy I know was wrestling, so you want to bring him on? And they were like, oh, well, I don't know, I guess not. But then turns out he's the bloodline and North American champion.
Yeah.
What an idiot those guys are.
SmackDown recap. So Solo versus Drew. I thought it was fun, man. I really did. Solo's presentation, just the promo segment that the Bloodline did, and then his walkout for the match. I thought it was all fun. Katie, what are your thoughts?
I always get super jazzed whenever the Usos come out. When I'm loving Sami Zayn right now, trying to be an honorary Us, and it's just I love it.
Brandon.
Yeah, I mean the Sami Zayn stuff, I continue to love it. The interaction differentiating between Jimmy and Jay is great, and now Solo getting into the mix. Who knows how that dynamic is going to play out since Roman's not there every single week. The match itself was okay. I didn't like the ending with Karrion Kross just showing up, and like it should have been expected, but also like the whole just cut to black and white screen effect I think is just super cheesy, and I don't like it. I think it just takes you out of the moment, and it's like, oh, that's his thing. So I guess we have to make the screen black and white now. It's like the Bray Wyatt red mood lighting. So crappy finish, and the extra sprinkling of black and white screen effects didn't help much.
I do agree with that. It seems overly produced.
Thank you. See, Katie agrees with me. I like her. She can stay. Unlike Brian.
You don't have any say in who stays. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't have. I'm lucky lucky to be here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Oh man. Yeah, Brandon, he's kind of an honorary Us. Jacob acknowledged him.
Yep. I've been in the vitamin rotations. Not participating, but in said circle.
In said circle. Yes, allegedly. Respectfully.
Kids, take your vitamins.
Yes. LA Knight could be returning. The Maximum Male Models, they had a meeting backstage, and what was the line? Sometimes to get to the day, you've got to get through the night. And then he stopped and really realized what he said, and he hit the famous "yeah." And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm down. I was a huge fan of Eli Drake when he was in TNA and doing the dummy yeah stuff, and I was happy that he got NXT, and he had his $1 million championship program with Cameron Grimes, and look, the Maximum Male Models thing. Like I'm not one that hates the name changes. I'm not, because people are on TV. If their name gets changed, who cares? They're on television. I say that all the time, and I think we have a fan mail about name changes, so we're really getting to name changes when we get to that. Thoughts on LA Knight coming back, Brandon?
I mean, LA Knight's super talented on the mic, great talker. I think he's in a pretty good role as a manager. Yeah, Male Models isn't exactly the most highest of profile groups, but if he's just going to be a talker and be a manager, then this is fine. Maybe not want to be like a little higher up on the card, but I think he's super talented in that aspect. Now, the wrestling aspect leaves a little bit to be desired, but me and the name changes, so I'm fine with him being an LA Knight again, even though that is also a name change and kind of a dumb name, but whatever.
Katie.
Okay, so don't hate on me, but I've never actually seen LA Knight wrestle. However,
good for you.
Hey. No, there will be no LA Knight slander here.
So I can't give an opinion in that regard, but I can give an opinion on what I've seen recently, which is Max Dupree and the Max male models with Masse and Mansois, and I think it's an absolutely hokey gimmick, but it's a lot of fun. And if LA Knight makes a return, I'm looking forward to getting to see what he can do.
All right, and the last from SmackDown, Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. Sheamus, man, he was going off with the 20 beats of the Bowery and clocking Ludwig Kaiser in the head. Like this was fantastic. I love Cole giving like background on Ludwig and like he was trained by his uncle and all this other stuff. It's Cole. He's had I guess another revitalization. You know, he had one when Pat first joined him, and now that Vince is gone, and you're allowed to kind of like give more backstory about these characters. You know that he's rising in the ranks yet again. Katie, Imperium Brutes. What are your thoughts?
I'm such a huge fan of Imperium. The fact that Triple H decided to bring him back, I'm so happy. I lost my mind when the music hit and everyone was in black at Clash of the Castle. And now I get to watch them wrestle on SmackDown. I'm super excited. Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, always phenomenal when it comes to getting down and getting dirty. Really excited for this to build and see where it goes.
Brandon.
It was fine. Fun 6-man brawl. I agree with Katie. I love Imperium back in the NXT days and on the indie scene, and they tease you a little bit with their old theme song. I'm not a classical guy. I don't know what the official name is, but that song is just fantastic, and I hope it comes all the way back, but probably not. Yeah, Pete Dunne, Butch, whatever his name's going to be. I think he's just super talented as well, and all 6 of those guys are going to be doing some good things and come out of the Clash. It looks like Sheamus is in a very good spot, and he's kind of molded in or hit that kind of next phase of his career and being like not a legendary figure, obviously, but kind of like the veteran. He's a veteran that people appreciate and like.
Absolutely. Outside the ring, CM Punk and Christian Cage are both out for 6 to 8 months given their injuries. Christian Cage obviously will be back in AEW. We don't know about old Philly Brooks. Katie, what are your whole thoughts on this, on the biting and the chair throwing and the temper tantrums and
allegedly?
I'm really glad that Kenny Omega saved the dog. These are grown men, and they should know better than to fight and cause issues with each other in a professional setting. But then again, it's also wrestling, so like testosterone. So there are a lot of things that I think were not the way to handle things, but obviously I don't work for AEW, and I just hope that they reel it in.
Brandon, why did you say allegedly? These things happened.
I know. I'm just having a little bit of fun. I do want to, hopefully, when they do the investigation and that's complete, we kind of get the full details of everything, because obviously, like, the Elite have their own thing, Punk and Steel are going to have their side of things, and somewhere in there, MJF has the truth, because apparently MJF is a non-biased witness, allegedly. So,
Jesus. Cody Rhodes comments on the AEW drama in a deleted tweet. Cody Rhodes said, "Now you know why, or now you see why I left," with the eye emojis. I was like, "Ooh, drama! I love it." Brief thoughts on the roller coaster. Commenting on the drama of All Elite Wrestling.
I can see why I left.
Even when Cody left the first time, we could see maybe there wasn't exactly, he wasn't on being the Elite at all. Him and the Elite kind of weren't a thing, and there was rumblings backstage of, Tony Khan taking the book and Cody kind of doing his own thing, being more of a mentor to the younger talent, and the Elite kind of being to themselves. So there definitely was something brewing, and once again, hopefully 5-10 years from now, we can get like the full story, because it does seem very interesting, the early years, and even obviously right now, of what's going on behind closed doors in AEW.
Yeah. Being the Elite is going to be on hiatus. Brandon, talk about it.
Being the Elite is on hiatus. Crazy that the Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler and Kenny are all suspended. So Being the Elite, they put out a little tweet, and They just said they're, on hiatus. Who knows when they're going to come back? Kenny, right now, I believe, is in Japan doing some sort of presentation for the video games and, doing stuff out there. The Young Bucks, who knows what the hell they're doing. Brandon Cutler, I heard, and like the other kind of lesser people, the non-wrestlers, kind of even though Brandon Cutler is a wrestler, but they seem to be back into the fold. So, being the Elite, honestly, kind of, it's still like a decent show and has some funny bits on it, but it's not what it used to be. So
Yeah, I mean, just a few years ago, being the Elite was can't miss. You had to watch every Monday. Katie, are you a big Being the Elite watcher, connoisseur?
No.
Were you a few years ago when it was hot?
No.
Okay, so you
you
missed.
probably didn't even know what it was because she wasn't watching wrestling.
That's true.
Come on, Phillip, pay attention.
Like I said, I got back into it in 2020.
That is right. That is right. I've had a long day. I apologize. Moving on from that, the Velveteen Dream. You guys remember him, right? Yeah, he speaks.
Yikes.
On
Double yikes.
The talk of him taking pictures of his coworkers' genitalia and so much more of it all.
But EC3 does cocaine, so that just makes it all okay now.
Dude, so my whole how my whole thing, if let's say allegedly he were taking pictures of other men's or his coworkers' genitalia, that would have been out immediately. Talk about nobody heard about that.
Well, apparently people kind of knew about it, but nobody would go on the record to say it.
No.
Baby Huey's best friend Sean Ross Sapp said that, and also okay, this one incident, he said it didn't happen. Even if it didn't happen, he still has, talked to underage people. He punched a gym employee in the face. He's been arrested for drug paraphernalia. So it's not like this is the only thing he's ever done. It's not like this is, the one incident that took him over the edge.
Bro, what did he say to the kids? I still don't even know. What did he say?
I forget, the specifics of it, but he was, saying like, oh, come on out to Orlando and we can, have some fun and I can show you around town and do all these different things. Well, not like that different things, but
okay, Katie, any thoughts about the Velveteen Dream?
Yikes! Double yikes! Triple yikes! All of the yikes!
All of all of the yikes!
Infinite yikes! Because I don't think he's gonna shut his mouth.
Jesus. Moving on from him, XFL is finalizing the coaching staff.
Let's go.
So they can get that season started. I'm excited.
That's the only football you watch, Phillip.
Duh. Vince's creation, of course.
Of course. And now it's The Rock's creation.
It's not his.
Okay, it's The Rock's project.
Yes, there
we go. Still waiting for the San Francisco Demons to come back.
That's okay. If y'all don't watch football, I watch it. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the team?
Oh, I'm a hardcore Oakland Raiders fan.
Oh, there we go. Great job. Tough loss this weekend, but
who'd y'all lose to?
We don't want to talk about it.
No, who'd y'all lose to?
We lost to the Los Angeles Chargers, one of the best up and coming young teams in the league. So it's okay. It's not like we lost or tied with the
That's
Texans.
right.
It's not like we tied with the Texans like Brian's Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, the Texans. Jesus.
That's okay. The Texans are the best team in Texas right now. Because the Cowboys are trash.
They are trash.
Oh.
So now those are just turned into curveballs and chair shots, Phillip.
Yeah. But XFL, super excited.
Yes.
Super excited for it.
Yes. Solo Sikoa wins the NXT North American Championship, 7 titles with the Bloodline. You love to see it. You love to see it. I'm so happy for these guys, man. I might cry. I might shed tears.
It's okay, Phillip. It was a good match. He beat Carmelo Hayes, and you think, he's going to do the job on the way out, brother. He's leaving the territory, and nope, that didn't happen. He won the title. Now Sami Zayn got to get some gold or get something because he's the only person in the bloodline that don't got no gold around his shoulders. So,
except Paul Heyman, but we're not going to see gold on Paul Heyman. So,
no.
Well, Paul Heyman's still recovering from that atrocious attack laid at the hands of Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
horrible F5.
Yes.
Even though he's been at backstage for every single show since then. But
we don't allegedly.
yeah, who cares? Who cares?
Allegedly.
All I know is I am a Paul Heyman girl, and I am looking forward to seeing him back.
Absolutely. Happy for Solo. Carmelo Hayes did wonders with the NXT North American Championship. It really elevated the title. So this championship win did mean something. And I guess at the end or whatever, the 2.0.
The black and gold is back, baby, or the yellow and white.
Yellow and white, whatever we're calling it. It was their 1 year anniversary show, and now it's gone. And I've seen people get excited about this. Look,
they needed to get rid of the 2.0 at least.
You
can keep your rainbows, but the 2.0 thing. It's been a year, Phillip. You don't need to keep being 2.0.
No. Look, what did I say in the chat? Life is like a calendar. Move forward, not backward.
And I'm not saying you had to go backwards to the NXT. You could have still, as much as I don't like it, they look super childish. You could have updated the logo, keep the rainbow splatters, and still be NXT, not NXT 2.0, because that was a gimmick. And now it's been a year, and no one really calls it NXT 2.0 anymore. So just have it be NXT, but going quote unquote backwards to a new little updated logo. As the former NXT guy, I popped. I thought it was cool. That doesn't mean they're going to bring in, whoever Jonathan Gresham and the youngest hot indie stars anymore. They're still probably going to have the same, outlook on coaching up college athletes, and they might sprinkle in some indie people, but this doesn't mean it's going to be a full-fledged reboot of NXT.
I hope not. I really do. Loved NXT. Loved it. I really did. But NXT 2.0, it was I liked it because it was different. Hell, we had a paint splatter logo last year. Those were good times. I need to get some of those.
So many logos, Philip. I can't keep track of them.
You remember the paint splattered one you hated?
That's why I just forgot about it.
It was during my heel turn, which was like a year ago now. Those were good times.
And now you've recovered and now you're a better person.
Yes, I am a better person now. Brandon, you're the NJPW guy. Tell us.
I don't know. There's something called NJPW Tamashi. What the hell is that? I know they're doing some sort of New York show. They're gonna have like a spooky day before Halloween show.
Wow, I thought you were the guy.
Philip, I canceled my my New Japan World, and if access, I'm still waiting for access to show like the finals of the G1. Yes, we got the plug, but
you do have the plug.
I got the plug, but
Katie, I'll send you the plug.
I'm not sure what to say about that.
Do you not want the plug?
You can get the plug. Doesn't mean you're going to use it. But it's nice to know. It's nice to know that you have it.
It's nice to know that it's there
in case something happens.
Yes. So yeah, this new I almost said NXT. Jesus, this new NJPW show will be their new brand based out of New Zealand and Australia that will show off new talent.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, from those countries as well as regular New Japan talent. So basically, like in New Japan Strong in the U.S., it is assumed that Bad Luck Fale will be able to play a big part in getting talent for these shows. Their first show is November 11th in Christchurch and November 13th in Sydney. Yeah.
Put the title on Big Luck Fale. Put a rocket on him to the moon.
Put the rocket on him. All right, let's go to the fan mail. We'll skip to This Day in Wrestling because I didn't have anything for it. The fan mail. Let's see. Go to the.
I could still go. I think I still have This Day in Wrestling as a tab. If you need it.
We're good. We don't need.
Are you sure?
We're fine for today.
You sure you don't want to talk about the Dark Elevation taping that happened last year? That's 2015. Oh, damn, hate to say
2015.
We're 2011. Go on and read the fan mail. I butchered this.
Yeah. Fan mail. Robert Walker. Heard this on Cheap Heat and I thought it would be a good discussion topic for the show. I did hear this. They said that Bryan Danielson lost his connection with the crowd and is now just a guy that's a very good wrestler. I did hear them talk about this last week. I want to agree. I want to agree with it. I do.
I I don't fully disagree with it, but obviously as the Daniel guy, I gotta push back a little bit. I will say the fall run where he turned heel right when he came to AEW and he faced Hangman and did the Kenny stuff. I didn't think that was like the best idea. Just why are you messing with the good thing? I know being heel is probably so much fun, and Danielson was this goody two shoes baby face for so long, but I do think that kind of hurt him a little bit, and he hasn't really been able to sink his teeth into any meaningful storylines at all. So maybe if he's able, let's just look ahead to next week. If he does win the title and he can just be a fighting champion out there having good matches and be in feuds with MJF and whoever else, maybe that can, elevate him and make the crowd, because the crowd still react to him, but he's not really in anything like meaningful. So I think that's kind of a reason why the crowds aren't like super behind him like they were in 2016.
Yeah. Katie, any thoughts? No. Okay. Alfie Lewis. Seems like everyone is getting their names back except Pete Dunne. Yeah, so back to the name changes thing. I never really had a problem with them. I mean, like, let's be honest. Texas Tornado, stupid name, but he had a prominent run as the Intercontinental Champion. Piper Niven to Dewdrop. Sure, dumb name. She was having main event matches with the world champion. So you know what I'm saying? Like, your name gets changed, you're doing something. Pete Dunne probably would have sat in catering. I'm going to be honest with you. That probably would have happened under Vince's regime.
But Butch
change his name to Butch. He became a centerpiece in a lot of Sheamus' storylines, and he's under the tutelage of a multiple-time world champion. You can go the same for Gunther. Walter did great things. Gunther got in amazing shape, and he's bringing prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship and having 5-star matches in WWE with Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
A 5-star match.
Amen.
I mean, I understand the name changes with the licensing and stuff, but my problem is more you have, this whole run with NXT, and then you bring them up to the main roster and you change the name and just make people, it just, disregards their past and makes people think, oh, all that stuff doesn't matter and whatever. It's just, I don't think it's good storytelling. Like, if you want to bring in Kevin Owens as Kevin Owens, not Steen, I get that. Sami Zayn.
It's a character arc. It's like, someone goes.
How many times can you do the Casey Catanzaro thing where, this is my true self? Now I'm Katana Chance.
It's
like, how many more times can you do that?
It's a character arc, bro. Like, someone, lives their life. Like, how can I put this? Someone, is living their life for quite some time, and then they get their name changed. Like Katie, when you married your husband, did you take his last name?
I'm changing my name. Yes.
Okay. So they separate, when you were single, that's one life, that's one name. You got together, and you're gonna take his name. This is a new version of you. This is a different life, correct?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, it's kind of the same. You change your name. You're living a different life, and you're bettering yourself. That's all it is, man. That's all these name changes are. They are better versions of the people that had other names. That's all it is.
So when we get married, Philip, who's taking whom's name?
I didn't say anything about that, brother.
I think what you should do is combine your last names. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to tell my husband to do that. He said no.
Let's see.
And Tanguma. That's a mouthful. And Guma.
Let's not do any of that. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who.
Mates, sorry. Mates, while I did enjoy some of the things NXT 2.0 was doing, I'm glad the black and gold brand is back. All right. Dan, black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. A lot of people are happy for this.
As they should.
I'm happy for it.
Robert Walker. Philip, can you do a whole show in the Stone Cold voice? No. Man, I can't do that. I can't do that. But is him asking, does he want me to do the gimmick?
I mean, you could read Mr. X's question in Stone Cold's voice.
No.
You could.
I could, but I'm not going to.
Nah, damn. Gotta give the people what they want.
I can't do the Steve Austin every week. And I know I should only do it when Brian's here, because that's when it's actually funny, because he's laughing and dying.
I just no sell it.
I know. I don't know why. It's top tier.
It's fun. I only laugh at things that are funny, Philip.
But mine's hilarious. You just don't have a good sense of humor. You like Dave Chappelle? Like I don't understand.
I like other things, other forms of comedy.
He's also asking, what about a Macho Man? Brandon, can you do a Macho Man?
I don't know. Let's see.
Katie, can you do a Macho Man?
Oh yeah.
Like you just gotta. Anybody can do a Macho Man. You just gotta do.
3 minutes. That was terrible. 3 minutes of playtime.
You just have to say stuff that doesn't really make sense. That's all you have to do.
My favorite promo from the Macho Man is cream of the crop.
Absolutely. You just got to say some stuff that don't make sense. Like, holy matrimony ain't never been a phony. Yeah. No, you just got to say. You just have to say things that don't make sense.
And slightly rhyme.
Yeah, exactly. He was a rapper, bro. He was spitting bars. All right, now let's go.
Better than anything Drake put out.
Whoa. Hey. No Drake slander here.
Sorry, too much.
No Drake slander. RIP to PNB
okay,
Rock.
Okay, better than Drake's last album.
Words.
I don't know. Bro, you don't understand. See, I understand the music game, bro. Drake's latest album is going to be played at Coachella and all the EDC festivals. They're going to mix them. He's going to make a ton of money. That's
the only good song on there is the one with 21, and that's because it's a 21 song.
21's not that great.
Hey, you can just settle your tea kettle.
Are you a Drake girl?
No.
What is with this Drake hate here? I love Aubrey.
Now, with respect, I don't hate Drake.
Okay.
I just am not totally like standing Drake.
Oh.
Yeah, unlike some people.
Okay. We got
Lil Wayne, way better.
Yeah, he wasn't all that great. Who did he ever beat?
Who did he ever create? There'd be no Drake if it wasn't for Lil Wayne.
I don't believe that.
You show some respect.
I don't believe that.
Katie, if you're new here, we have to do this at least once a month. We
have this Lil Wayne Drake debate once a month.
You do you, boo. I'm gonna be over here listening to metal.
All right, for sure.
New Slipknot album coming out at the end of the month.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'll have to check that out.
Embratis Day X.
Mr. X.
Everyone keeps saying that NXT Black and Gold is back, but going by the new logo, I'd say that the new era is the white and gold era. What do you think? We did talk about that.
I told you, Mr. X. It's the white and gold, which is, it's okay. It's a new era.
Can someone please explain why Mox isn't even in the top 10 of the PWI 500? I know these things are superficial, but still, he deserves more respect for his work from the past year. Who else on the list deserves a higher ranking, and who didn't deserve the ranking they got?
So I do have the next 10. So we got Shingo 11, John Moxley is 12, Matt Cardona 13, Josh Alexander, Hiroshi Tanahashi, MJF, Seth Rollins 16, 17, Adam Cole, Bebe, Kenny Omega, Drew McIntyre, Moose Jericho, Jay White. That's kind of the end of the mainstream people. Will Ospreay's down there 27.
What number did Seth get?
17 for Seth, 16 for MJF.
Seth should have been higher, bro.
Agreed.
Should have been higher.
I think Drew should have been higher too. Drew was 20.
I mean,
Drew just came on like in the past couple months.
Yeah, like he just started having a meaningful program again.
I stand Drew McIntyre.
No, we love Drew.
I would say MJF should be a little higher. Like I know he wasn't in
definitely
like title matches, but I mean he was wrestling that whole year, and I think he only lost like to that CM Punk match. So I think MJF should be higher. John Moxley, we all know how much I love him. I did question Big E. I mean, he did have the WWE title run, but I probably would drop him out of there. And I don't know enough about AAA, about Vikingo, but I mean, I guess keep him up there since he's the AAA mega champion. Danielson had good matches. Cody Rhodes had his memorable feud with Seth Rollins, but besides that, I don't know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He lastly says, okay, so Mox versus Danielson for the world title. Do you think the Jericho Appreciation Society will get involved thereby involving Daniel Garcia, and he will reveal where his true loyalties lie? We could talk about that when we talk about AEW. Let's go over Monday Night Raw, KO's promo to Austin Theory. Wow. You love to hear it.
Almost like Kevin Owens is this generational talent that is very, very good on the mic. It's almost like I've been saying that this whole time we've been on this podcast.
I've said that this whole time we've been on the show.
Okay, not me. You swayed me on to Kevin Owens.
Well, I didn't say any of that.
We did this together, Phillip.
I'm just saying I was watching KO in Ring of Honor when he was saying F Jim Cornette. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, brother.
I'm pretty sure I still got a ROH pay-per-view on the DVR with Kevin Steen main eventing.
Oh, I got the DVDs. What's up, bro?
I got the
I converted one.
I got the El Generico DVD. It's a shame good for him being down there in Tijuana helping out the kids, but yes. I really wish he could come up and maybe face the Bloodline. Like him and Sami Zayn. I think him and Sami Zayn have some good chemistry together.
I believe it, man. But
they're almost like the same person.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Katie, thoughts on the KO promo?
I loved it. KO has a way with words and always has. He's been just a master on the mic. And every time I watch him cut a promo, I sit there with stars in my eyes, just going, fully engrossed in the kayfabe.
You love it. Brandon.
Fail up.
What are your thoughts, my guy? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I thought it was great. A little preachy by Kevin Owens, but I thought his intensity, his
integrity, his intelligence,
his intensity, integrity, and intelligence, and the three eyes and the threesome platitudes that Paul Heyman loves to say. I thought it was great. Crowd was getting behind him. Yeah. I mean, what else is there to say? Kevin Owens, pretty good at talking.
Yes.
Anyone who slaps Austin Theory just makes me smile.
Are you not? You're not a fan of Theory?
Oh no, I'm a huge fan of Theory. I think he's an excellent heel. But that's why I'm like, anyone who slaps Theory, yes.
Oh, gotcha.
More fuel to the fire.
Edge versus Dominic. It happened.
That was a thing.
No one got hurt, so can ask for.
Hey, the kid's not used to singles, man. He's been tagging for a long time. We gotta give him some. We gotta give him some time, man.
I have a lot of thoughts.
What are your thoughts? Let us know.
This
is a safe space.
Ever since I started watching wrestling again, and Dominic was teaming with his dad, I was like, all right, that's cool. That's really cool. And he does the same things over and over, and the same thing over and over. And it's just, I'm really hoping that this is going to give him a chance to step out of his dad's shadow and make a name for himself. But I also kind of feel like he needs to go back to developmental and learn a little bit more.
I mean, it's hard when his dad at the same age was putting on fantastic matches in ECW, Mexico, and WCW. So I know he started much earlier, but
yeah, like Ray started at 14. Exactly. Dom started at what, like 21?
His first match was on television
with Seth Rollins. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There really was not a whole lot of developmental for him, and that's why I'm thinking maybe if they take him down to NXT and they have him really start learning more, learning more moves, learning more techniques. And
honestly, like, he's a heel. He doesn't have to do a lot.
Yeah.
And I think with the Judgment Day, if he can just switch his style up to be more ground-based and not be a luchador, because I don't think athletically he can be a luchador. So if he can just be a heel, just ground and pound.
Yeah, do the frog splash for Eddie, and then just go.
Like Eddie, he did some high flying stuff, but it wasn't like he was bouncing all over the place like Ray was. Wow. If he just kind of does what Eddie did, then I think he'd be fine.
Yeah. And honestly, he's great at doing Three Amigos.
Yeah, the Public Enemies tore him apart for those Three Amigos.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. Who did they say is a better Three Amigos?
Logan Paul, which
dear.
Logan Paul has a good Three Amigos. I'll say it.
He does.
I mean, Logan Paul is more of a gifted athlete than Dominic is. We'll say that.
Yes. We will say that.
Even though Gable Steveson apparently isn't doing great in training right now.
I need to go work with Gable. I need to.
His brother's taken to it better.
Oh, really? We need to go roll around with Gable, see what's going on. You coming? You coming, Brandon? You coming? Oh
yeah, I got a scout. I got a scout. So come.
Brandon and I are gonna wrestle each other. You don't know.
I'd watch that.
We're gonna film it. I'm gonna beat him, so I'll edit out the tears.
I mean, Phillip, I'm back in the gym, back on my grind.
I never got out of the
Um,
gym, brother.
I got at least 2 months. I don't know when the official date is. We'll nail that down.
It's
I gotta
it's
order
the
my
Thanksgiving break. When we have practice and the school's not in session, you're gonna come over. I'm gonna beat you, and we can hopefully shake hands.
I might order a singlet, a sweatband.
Oh!
Gotta order some
Oh,
Asics.
we're doing that.
Okay, at least I gotta get some Asics because I ain't wrestling like barefoot or in socks. I gotta get some shoes.
Yeah, get some shoes, brother. Yeah.
I'll bring the kendo sticks.
Well, we're amateur wrestling. The Greco-Roman. The catch can. The graps.
I'll bring the kendo sticks.
But I will have brass knucks stacked away in my singlet.
Oh, we're gonna pull an Edge Cena from SummerSlam 06. I got you. Johnny Gargano defeated Chad Gable. Great match. Loved it.
Match.
Yes, Chad Gable. I need my guy to have a little singles run. I need a quick little U.S. title run from Chatty. I need him. He can beat Bobby Lashley. I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd allow it.
I could see it.
Needs a little more, seasoning. Not in terms of not being good, but got to build them up a little more.
So
they're doing a good. I mean, they're doing a really, really good job at building up that title in Lashley.
Absolutely. Word is, the title designs are coming and things like that. I'm excited to see what they do with the U.S. title. But Brandon, your boy Johnny, he defeated Chad Gable.
He did. It was a really good match, as you guys said, and I think Chad Gable is kind of the perfect opponent. Same size, so you're not fixated on how small Johnny is, and they both can go. And just can have a really stellar match out there. And I don't know who else outside of Tommaso Ciampa could have a same quality match without it being like a super big, like a really big deal. Like you obviously can have Seth or Kevin Owens or someone else out there, but I thought Chad Gable's a perfect opponent.
Okay. Finn Balor defeats Matt Riddle. I'm sorry, I forgot to get
he got his name back.
Forgot. I don't want you to come for me. Seth Rollins did get involved, but a huge win for Finn.
Another good match to open up the show. Crap finish with Seth coming in at the end, but they're moving that storyline along, it looks like. And Riddle, people might say he got damaged after losing pretty clean to Roman, but even though he is kind of glomming off of Randy with the moves and stuff, but he's still over and he's still pretty popular.
Oh yeah.
I need Randy to come back. I do. I need to hear voices, or no, I just need him to run out of nowhere, hit Roman with an RKO, and we can get the Roman Randy match we were supposed to get at SummerSlam.
Oh, I agree.
We can do it at day one if he's ready, or if not, we can do it at the Rumble. I need to see that match real quick.
I would love to see him come in as like a surprise Rumble.
Oh,
that would be so cool.
I think that's the plan.
To Burn in My Light, even though he hates that song, but I don't care.
He does hate that song, but it was so good. Burn in My Light was such a good song. Damage Control, they won the tag team championships. Yay!
Good for them.
Dakota Kai hits
I'm excited about it, but also I feel bad for Raquel and Aaliyah. Like they just got the titles.
Yeah, but there was some controversy with that and the whole.
Yeah. It's still like they give it and they take it away.
Yes. We know about that here. We know when we have the Bullet Cast title on the line, we get it for like a day, then lose it. It's the whole thing.
That's me.
That is you. That is you. Katie, we're gonna have to get you in for the picks for Extreme Rules. You could be the first woman to win the championship.
Just wait. I'll win the championship and then I'll retain.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't happen very often.
I know. Lil Durst is feeling himself. I talked to him the other day. That's our current champion. He's not here.
Have you seen the setup with Lil Durst?
The stash?
Yup.
Yo, I can't have him walking around like that. Like I told him he has to shave or else he's being stripped from champion.
For Los Padres, he probably told you that we did team stashes. I look like a creeper.
Oh my god!
And I looked myself in the mirror the next day. I was like, I can't keep this the rest of the week, and I shaved it off.
Holy Jesus! So what
you're saying is I need to run to Spirit Store and get some fake stashes, just in case.
I don't know.
We got to get back to video.
We got to get back to video
again.
All right, we're gonna go to the AEW recap. John Moxley advances to Grand Slam, and so does Bryan Danielson. I didn't see any AEW tonight, so guys.
Wow, Phillip, you just gotta play it off.
I was at the gym. I'm honest. I'm honest with the fans. I'm not like you and oh yeah, of course I watched it. I don't do that here.
It's all good. I was able to watch AEW, write down what happened, and cook dinner at the same time. So I got you.
Bruh, come on, man. You and Brian need to step up.
I watched AEW and cooked dinner too, Phillip. Okay,
but you didn't add it to the script.
Okay, but what did you cook?
I did my own. I did hamburgers, but I did like I made my own with the ground meat stuff.
I made Indonesian beef mie goreng.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds complicated and tasty.
Check my Twitter.
I had a protein bowl, guys.
Good job.
Anyway.
And I was gonna do it. It was at the end, and I saw this, this person called Katie was just rummaging through the script. I was like, oh, this must be our new guest that Phillip didn't tell me about. And I was like, damn, she got it. She like put everything down.
I sent it to the group chat. I told you guys we're having somebody join us.
Yeah, but you didn't say who.
All right. Anyway, Danielson, Moxley, they advance. They're in the finals. Next week, we crown a brand new world champion. Does Danielson win his first, or does Moxley win it for a third time?
No matter what, we're getting a AEW World Champion in the Blackpool Combat Club, which is super exciting.
I forgot about that element. I really did.
Yeah.
Oh,
they really hammered it home because Regal was on commentary for both matches, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll figure it out."
He legit said it is a great night for Blackpool Combat Club this week, but next week we have no idea what it's gonna be like. So
we know there's gonna be blood.
Lots of blood.
And a lot of it. This is real blood and guts.
Excitement. Love it.
How
so
how was Jericho and Danielson? Was it good?
It was really good. A lot of focus on Danielson's knee from Jericho. But Brian was just in it with the heavy hits. It was a pretty intense match, and it was definitely worthy of main event.
Yeah, I mean, I thought both matches were good. The Jericho Danielson one, I think, was way better, mainly because you could believably see both guys get into the finals. Yeah, Sammy Guevara, you can make a case, but I think a lot of people knew that John Moxley was going to be in there, so that's why it made sense to kick off the show. And then they had the run with Anna Jay and Ty Mello, because that's a new name now. Shout out.
Yeah.
And there was some interference with Moxley, got over pretty quickly. So the first opening match was okay, but the main event really did shine. And I agree with Katie. The selling of Danielson and the foot knee region with a suplex to the outside, and I thought it was really good. And they did say early on in the match that Danielson's never beat Jericho before, so that was a little bit of foreshadowing that it looked like Danielson's going to win. But I thought it was a good story they told.
Yes. How was Maxwell's promo? Was it good? Was it excellent?
It was okay. It wasn't like a fiery, it wasn't like the best MJF promo of all time, to be honest. But
no.
He's in an awkward spot because he's going for the title, but we don't know who he's going to face. He knew Moxley was going to be there at the time, but he didn't know if it was Jericho or Danielson. So it was okay. But we've also seen now the crowd really likes him, and no matter how many times MJF tried to turn on the crowd and call him fat slobs and call him poor, the crowd was still cheering.
It was great.
Like, God bless MJF. Like, he kept trying, but the crowd would not boo him.
He's just the most lovable heel.
He is.
Every single time you watch him do something, he's just, he's surly and he's angry and he doesn't want to be liked, and all of us love him.
Bro, his commitment to character, we're talking Undertaker level commitment. I saw this video of him at a signing. He meets a fan in a wheelchair.
He actually showed up for that one?
Okay, this is before,
Oh, sorry.
This is a few years before. It's like when AEW first started or a little bit before. Anyway, he meets a fan in a wheelchair and he's like, "Oh, look what I can do that you can't." And he stands up and I'm like, "Oh my God. this dude is really in it for the long haul, and I love it. Jungle Boy, I guess he defeats Jay Lethal.
He did. Match was okay. Jungle Boy's got some improving to do. Not exactly in the ring, but I think his character leaves a little bit to be desired because he's just kind of like super he's like angry and he doesn't come across like super nice and like not a likable person sometimes, because I think he crosses that line from being angry to being like too like angry and unlikable a little bit. So he's in a weird spot with Christian out, so now he's putting his focus towards Luchasaurus. So yeah, it is what it is. People love his theme song. They like Jungle Boy, so it's not like it's that big of a deal.
They do like Jungle Boy. Powerhouse Willie Hobbs. Who did he defeat? An enhancement talent?
He did defeat an enhancement talent, and also I forget if this was before or after, but that pizza guy that was making the rounds on the indie scene, he was on the show today, and Ethan Page just kicked him and just told him to bugger off, and then we got Danhausen and Ethan Page, on screen together, which was fun because they're friends and they do things on YouTube. So I mean, that was a fun dynamic, but yeah, just a standard squash match for Will Hobbs, and once again, no Ricky Starks, I believe. Like after that weird match at All Out, like Ricky Starks, I thought was one of the clear up and coming people in AEW, and nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Katie, what are your thoughts on Ricky Starks and not being seen since he lost to Will Hobbs?
I mean, they must be working on something for him, but I'd like to see him a lot sooner rather than later.
My guy's a star. Hey, no, but seriously, Ricky, when the contract's up, they're Titan Towers. Go check them out. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Just have a discussion. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Same goes for MJF. In 2024, come over to Titan Towers, brother. Yep. The Lucha Bros go up against Swerve in Our Glory, and then Swerve in Our Glory retain the AEW Tag Team Championships. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they're going to have a match a week before defending them again when the Acclaim don't have to wrestle a match against a team the caliber the Lucha Bros, but
that's champions.
That's too much thinking. I appreciate that they're fighting champions, and then the Acclaim come out, do a rap. It was cool.
What kind of bars? Were there some CM Punk bars?
No, it wasn't exactly a rap.
No.
It was just, the one thing that I remember is he just said that Swerve just kind of clings on to any like celebrity he knows, which makes I see where it's coming from a little bit.
Okay. Serena Deeb and Britt Baker, DMD, versus Tony Storm and Athena. Who won this?
Britt Baker and Serena Deeb with the chair shot to Tony, and then what's her face comes out.
Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter comes out and steals the chair from Britt. So like, oh, she's gonna be a good person, but no, it's a Swerve, bro. And then she beats up on Tony, and
but
then she's still yelling at Britt. So
meanwhile, Britt's like, I said I'm sorry. And
dang, that's crazy. Upcoming on Rampage, we never talked about Rampage here. Jeez. I think the one time we talked about Rampage was CM Punk's debut.
See, look, and I told you, Danhausen going to take on Egon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danhausen's going to take on All Ego Ethan Page. I'm a fan of Ethan Page's, but he's been stuck in tag teams for too long.
I like Danhausen.
We didn't talk about the Firm. MJF introduced the Firm, which is Stokely Hathaway's group, and they actually did establish what was going on. Like MJF and Stokely Hathaway do have a relationship, and that technically is MJF's group. But if MJF doesn't need them, he's not going to use them. So we finally, after a week of waiting, or 2 weeks of waiting, we did get that logical storyline gap fulfilled, which I was happy about.
Yes, you love to see it. Match is confirmed for Grand Slam. Pac versus Orange Cassidy. I assume this is for the All Atlantic Championship.
No, who cares?
Maybe.
Is the All Atlantic Championship still a thing?
Yeah, it's Tupac.
Tupac.
He's Tupac. All eyes on him.
Toupee.
We can't say that here. Tony Storm versus Athena versus Serena Deeb versus Britt Baker. Is this for the championship? I would assume so.
Yes, that is for the championship.
Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed. So now, here's my thing. If the Acclaimed win here, it's just people are going to be like, oh, it's just because of the outrage that they didn't win at the pay-per-view. You know?
Which they might be right.
Which is TK. TK, you got to really think about these booking decisions, brother. You got to really think about them.
FTR has been the number one contender for like a year and a half, and they still haven't got a title shot.
Well, they kind of their bag is kind of heavy.
They care about winning every single championship except for the company they're in.
That
also doesn't help that they don't like the Young Bucks, allegedly.
Allegedly, that's another thing. We need to stop with all the other championships on the show because it for like the casual fan, I'm sure they're getting confused.
There are so many titles.
Like they need to go the WWE route and just get rid of a couple like we just did. That Worlds Collide. Jesus. And worlds are going to be, or one world is going to collide with the Blackpool Combat Club. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, the AEW World Championship, the quote-unquote richest prize in the game, according to Tony Khan.
And Regal. Regal is saying it too.
Yeah. I think Regal's salty he never won the WWE title. I think Danielson takes it home.
I agree. I think this is a good setup for him to finally be champion.
Because like I'm interested to see MJF versus Bryan Danielson.
Ooh, yeah.
That interests me. Bryan Danielson, one of the best baby faces since like the Austin era type deal, like just truly over baby face. You know what I mean?
Even better than John Cena.
Well, Cena. How do I want to put this?
Ooh, he tongue-tied.
How do I want to put this?
You kind of skipped like 10 years there, Phillip.
Cena
wasn't a
there
good
was a
baby
point
face.
in time.
Oh, sorry.
What'd you say?
Wasn't a good baby face.
No, he was a good baby face. The fans are fickle. Like
to 50% of the audience.
The fans are fickle. I mean, the guy granting all these make-a-wishes and you're gonna boo him? Come on.
I agree with that, but I also agree that, fans are fickle. Some people really want to hate the good guys. And
don't get me wrong. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. When I was growing, like a teenager, and I was like, man, I'm tired of Cena. Cena sucks. I did that. I did do that. I'm not gonna lie. I did do that. But now that I'm older and I understand, what was what was going on because of like the docs and all that other stuff, I will say this: John Cena at one point in time, truly over with the crowd. When he first won the championship, it was like 4 or 5 months into where you started hearing the boos into that first WWE championship run. Yeah. But then again, he was still the top guy in the company. He moved merch like Austin did, maybe even a little more because Cena's had so many shirts.
Well, don't compare his merch sales to Austin's. I mean, Austin 316 is goated and forever will be goated.
Oh yeah.
I mean, do you want me to start the Austin talk? I'll start it.
You can start the Austin talk.
I'll do it, but not now. Not now. We've ran too long. Not now. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? So, Katie, Superstar Spotlight. Whoever shined brightest throughout the week, whatever wrestler you want, doesn't have to be in a company. They could be on the indies. They could be wherever.
You can just be a person. Who cares? There's no parameters for this.
I mean, I'd like for them to be a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have two?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Awesome. So I'm gonna shout out Loverboy Leo, indie wrestler. We saw him at Ugwa Side Hustle.
Yes.
In Gilroy.
Loverboy Leo will be the next interview that drops on the Bullet Cast.
He is fantastic, and I'm so excited to see where this takes him because I think that he has promise to become big.
Yeah, from Leo, he debuted in May of this year. You could already see improvements. He's only been wrestling for a few months. The kid's got it, and he doesn't just watch new stuff. He goes back and he watches. And we were talking about that, and I'm really a fan of that. And Brandon, if you don't watch his interview, I'm gonna tell Leo to beat you up.
All right.
And
Bet.
I will also tell him because I'm a friend.
Yes. Who's your other one?
Jordan Cruz, currently the gatekeeper champion for UGWA. He was also on the PWI 500 list. Really just top-notch talent coming out of San Diego, and
Dude looks like
time I watch him,
Superman.
he just gets better and better.
That dude looks like Superman. We talked about that in the Ugwa house.
We did,
Respectfully.
but I have many thoughts about Jordan Cruz. So yeah,
Oh, well,
good thoughts, all good.
oh, okay, of course.
Yeah,
We don't do Bulletcast after dark anymore, because
Those are just after the pay-per-views.
we're SeatGeek sponsored now, baby. But no, we might have to bring it back for one. We don't know. My superstar spotlight. Looking at it. I will give it to Solo Sikoa, one of the ones. Remember the bloodline. You love to see it. Congrats to homie, man. I know he's been grinding. I was a fan of his when he was the problem on the indie scene. Actually, he was a part of that APW invasion that we were at, Brandon. Where all
Good
the
times.
Samoans,
Read by Big Quiche.
yeah, ran by Big Keith, the Tonga Kid. Jacob was a part of it. I want to say Journey was in there too. I'm not sure.
I mean, there was like 30 people there. So
If
you just name a Samoan, they probably were there. If not named Roman and the Usos.
Yes, or Dwayne.
Or Dwayne.
Yes. Brandon, who do you got?
I'll give it to Johnny Wrestling. WWE debut. Great match. And he posted on Instagram, kind of showing his body off, his dad bod and his transformation. So shout out to Johnny.
Shout out to Johnny Takeover. Maybe he'll have another takeover match. He has some unfinished business with Grayson Waller. Yep.
Once he takes care of one whippersnapper in Austin Theory, then he'll take care of Grayson Waller.
Yep. Hood Slam this Friday at the Crybaby. See all your favorites: Dark Sheik, Anton Voorhees, and many more.
woohoo!
Yes. WWE is in town. WWE Sunday Stunner at the Oakland Arena, and then of course I will be in attendance. And then of course Monday Night Raw at the SAP Center in San Jose. Listen, if you want some WWE tickets, go to SeatGeek and use our code BulletCast, all capitals. Use BulletCast, get $20 off your first purchase. Please go over to SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a great ticket platform. They're very reasonable prices, and you'll be able to find a really good seat that you probably wouldn't on another ticket platform. That is going to do it for us. Katie, thank you so much for joining us. I hope we didn't waste your time with our banter.
Oh no, you guys are great. This was fantastic, and I really hope I get to come back.
Oh no, I think it's a definite yes that you'll be joining us next week and permanently replacing Brian Tronic.
Wow.
He's fired.
You fired. Or should I do the Vince?
Either one is a cancelable person.
Yeah.
Shout out Vinnie Mac. Hope he's doing all right. I miss him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wonder what he's doing right now.
Wonder what he's doing right
What
now.
hobbies he's taken up now that he's retired.
That's what I need to know, bro. Like
He's gotten into Legos. He's a big Lego guy now.
Like if we can
puzzles, maybe.
If we can get Triple H or Stephanie on the show, I need to be like, hey, before you go, like what Vince, like how's he doing? What's he doing now? Is he starting up money for another wrestling company or what? Like what's going on? I need to know.
He bought a boat. He's a boat guy now.
He's a boat guy. He's gonna start doing cruises like Jericho does.
Yeah, he's getting his golf game in check.
Okay. He picked up cricket. I can see Vince as a cricket guy.
I don't know
He's a
about
little
that.
old for cricket.
That's a lot of running.
That's too much running for him.
He's a genetic jackhammer. What do you mean?
Yeah.
He tore his quads just walking to the ramp.
Okay, but let's see. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Anyway, we're done.
Tore his quads taking a stunner.
Anyways, we're done. We are done for this one. Thank you guys so much. We will be back next week. We are so close to episode 300. Oh my God, my phone fell. This is going to be a monumental event for the Bullet Cast. And of course, we're wrapping up the end of the year. The Casties are coming back. Katie, you have to join us for the Casties. It's the award show we do at the end of the year where we give out awards, not physical ones, but
Soon. Maybe
So-
one of these days.
Soon.
Once that SeatGeek money
I'm
comes
gonna
through.
figure it out and create some physical awards.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Diamonds are forever. So is the Microfilm Messiah.